friends, have you ever wondered why the sky is blue and clouds are white and the sunset is red? The main reason for all these phenomena is the basic property of light, which is wavelength. Let's know why the clouds are blue. What does the Rayleigh scattering say is when the particle size is in the order of tens of microns, that is very small, then amount of scattering is proportional to 1 by lambda power 4. That is, when the wavelength is more, amount of scattering is less. So what is the order of the visible wavelengths? The smallest wavelength is violet, and the next possible thing is blue, and so on, and last comes the red, which has the highest wavelength in the visible region. So if you take this order, the violet, which is having the least wavelength, should scatter more. But sky is not violet, sky is blue, because our human eyes are more sensitive to the blue light. So next possible wavelength is blue. So suppose I am standing here like this, and I am looking at the sky in this direction. This is the sky. It will be having small dust particles, which are the reason for this scattering. So when sunlight falls on them, it scatters the blue light more. Blue light will be scattered more. So we see the blue light. Now let's know why the clouds are white. First we will know how the clouds are formed. Clouds are formed by the water vapor. So when small dust particles are mixed with the water vapor, the size of them will increase, which means we are going out of the scope of Rayleigh scattering. Rayleigh scattering is possible only when the size of the particles is in the order of tens of microns. So when the clouds are formed, the particle size will be more and it comes into the Mie scattering. What does Mie scattering say? Mie scattering is when the particle size is more, the scattering is equal. That is, every wavelength will scatter equally. So equal wavelengths, equal amount of scattering. So when clouds are there, when sunlight comes like this, it scatters everything in the equal possible way. Every color equally means it is white. That is the reason why clouds are white. Now let's see another important thing, which is the sunset. Suppose you are standing somewhere here, you are here, and during the sunset, sun will be at the horizon. This is the sun which is at the horizon. So sun waves will travel like this. What we have learned in the Rayleigh scattering is there are many dust particles here, many dust particles which cause the scattering. So when sunlight falls on these particles, the wavelength of the light, which is less, will scatter away. That is, blue will scatter away and every color will scatter away, right? Blue having the lowest wavelength will scatter away, next violet will scatter away, and the only possible thing which is left and which reaches the eye is red, because red is having the wavelength more. That means amount of scattering is less amount of scattering when the wavelength is more. That is the reason sunset and sunrise are red in color. Thank you.